One small step for mommy. Hello, folks. Welcome back to my channel. This is Goosebumps Homeboy 1982, back with another Goosebumps book review for Series 2000, number 16, The Mommy Walks. But before I move on to this review, I would like to apologize since I haven't been reviewing a whole lot in the past couple of weeks. And well, now comes the new year, right? So new year, new beginnings, new resolutions. That's what they say, right? So I have some of my New Year's resolutions are to go back to Goosebumps and to review more Goosebumps books, right? As I put it on hold for a little while. But now hopefully I will be reviewing Goosebumps again, God willing. So, without further ado, let's move on to this book, The Mommy Walks. What is it about? So, we have a main character named Michael Clark. He's about to fly to Florida, I believe, and he is in, the JFK International Airport in Long Island, New York. And basically, his parents, act a little, you know, strangely, and he doesn't really know what to expect. And then as the plane flies off and he's on his way to his destination, he gets a very unsettling letter and a very strange message that is gonna change his life for forever, right? That's gonna just, change everything he thought he knew. So basically, this flight is going to take him to a very, strange place. And I don't want to spoil it too much for you. But basically, you have that foreign vibe that is building up from the very beginning. And basically, he's going to end up in a place where he just doesn't feel like he's fitting, right? And that is a little strange and very far from home. So basically, he's being referred to as Excellency. That I can tell. It's hard to not to spoil the book, so I'm gonna try my level best not to give away the main plot. But I have to say a few things, so please bear with me. So what happens is that he's gonna make the acquaintance of a General Ramir, and it appears that they're gonna be, the place Jezekia is gonna hold a very important uh, you know, crucial kind of place in the story. And it's not going to be, very, familiar. Those aren't familiar grounds for the main character. He's going to be in that place where he doesn't really understand what is happening, and he might be the person or might not be the person he's told he is by these people who believe that he is, the person that they claim he is, right? So, needless to say, that there's going to be a mummy in that story, and it's going to feature, and it's basically the name Bukrah, Bukrah, is going to be symbolic to the story as well. And, well, the mummy, it is like a historical relic, and along with some, you know, treasures and the Jezekia sapphire. And basically, these men believe that Michael can lead them to that mummy, right? And he's gonna be basically trying his level best, to help these men so that he can return to wherever he's supposed to be. But he's also really scared because he doesn't really know what is happening, and he doesn't really have a clue what is happening, actually what to do. So yes, so the story is basically how it it goes, and then obviously there's going to be a build up, and this title obviously is going to come into being, right? All right, I think it's time for me to shut up now before I start blabbing away and, spoiling the story for you, which I don't intend on doing. I don't aim to do. Those are spoiler-free reviews. But what do I think about this book, The Mummy Walks? I think it has one of the best premises in a Goosebumps story, especially with the whole unsettling vibe at the beginning, the whole, unfamiliarity, whatever you want to call it, right? The unknowing part, the strange, ominous beginning. that was good. That was pretty good. I really enjoyed how the story begins and then develops. The build up that is in the story is really, really great. So the only thing I didn't like much is the ending. I just didn't like it that much. And yeah, I mean, I was disappointed because I expected so much more from this story, from such an awesome looking front cover, with that big mummy standing on its feet, as if with their huge hands and feet, and obviously the cave in the background, that glowing sort of orange light. Man, that book cover is probably one of the best in Goosebumps. And unfortunately, the story is not as great as the front cover suggests, right? So yeah, I was a little disappointed. Unfortunately, yeah, this is how it has to be. Yeah, the ending, I just didn't like it that much. I mean, that could have been a good start to a second part for that matter. I'm pretty sure that the a sequel to The Mummy Walks, like something like The Mummy Walks, and something else would have been really, really good, right? Unfortunately, it never really happened, and the story just as it kind of falls flat on its backside. To be honest with you, I just don't like the way the story ends, the way it closes, the way it draws to a close. Could have been much better handled, much more, much better, much more effectively. But hey, what can we do, huh? This is how it is, and we have to accept it. So if I were to rate this book on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I deducted 3 points for the ending. But the beginning, the way it progresses, there's even a scene involving snakes, I believe. It has some great scares, right? It has some great scares. And especially with the whole mummy premise, unfortunately, it's not what I expected, and I don't want to spoil the story for you, but yeah, I expected more mummy fighting, more action, more, kicking butts. you know, Unfortunately, no real such thing. It's just one of those stories that you've got to keep an open mind as you go through it, but it really isn't that great. So, the way it ends, I mean, the beginning, it did well, but then it didn't really deliver, in my opinion, what I've expected. But yeah, the title was so awesome. The Mummy Walks. I thought the story has some. It's gonna rock, right? It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Well, we can all wait dreams, can't we? I mean, I don't want to sound like a downer, and I apologize, but it's just my views that I'm not crazy about the ending. And Michael Goosebumps held similar views in his review. If you want to watch it, he's a great reviewer. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the ending felt like botched almost. It felt like a lousy ending, to me. And obviously, if there was a part two, that would have been different. It would have been a nice transition to a second part, and then, what would have happened then? I guess we'll never know. But that that wasn't a good ending to that story. So I would give it a 7 out of 10. As far as I'm concerned, 7 out of 10 is a good review, is a good rating for this book in that review. Anyhow, folks, this is the end of this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about The Mummy Walks. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you that enthusiastic about it? Loving mummy books and movies, and then reading the story to find out that, well, the way it turned out. What did you think about it? Would you say that it is a great book? Would you say that it is a bad book? And let me know what you thought about it. Yeah, I thought it was an okay book for what it was. Not a good ending, not a great pleasant read at the end, but hey, it was fun while it lasted, especially the beginning and build up. Okay, folks, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review. And big shout out to my Goosebumps community, friends, pals, especially, yes, Grayson, the Goosebumps Kid 1992. That's his channel, Grayson's channel, is making a comeback, and he inspired me to do the same. So, yeah, thank you all for sticking with us and for watching our reviews. And hopefully, yes, there'll be more where it came from. Goodbye, folks. Take care.